NGBN TV, a network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, coming January 2024.
This is the Rundown with Rubio for Tuesday, December 5th, 2023. Everything happens for a reason. Senator Dick Durbin blocked Senator Marsha Blackburn's request to subpoena Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs. Why would you ever block this request? What is the reason? The only reason you can have, if you try to explain it to me like a fifth grader, the only reason you can have is because you don't want to see or have people see who are on the flight logs. All the people that went to Epstein Island, all the people that left Epstein Island. That is the only reason you're trying to hide this information, because you don't want to see who is on it, or you don't want other people to see it. In other words, there is probably some high prolific people on there that are maybe involved with things that you're involved with the government. That's the only reason. That is the only reason you could have where you say, I don't want to see who's on the flight logs. I don't want it made public to see who's on the flight logs. Okay, so there are winners and losers life. It's two-time here. Senator Dick Durbin wants to allow illegal immigrants to join our military to meet quotas. Wow. So the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, they're all getting not as many people wanting to go to them. And it starts back with, you had to get the vaccine. A lot of people left. They got kicked out. Now they're saying, hey, you guys come back. We'll take you back. Now you could even enter the Army, all the military branches, and you don't have to have the vaccine. They've lowered the requirements to get in. So this guy, Dick Durbin, who we already talked about, saying, hey, man, you illegal immigrants, you're here illegally, but there's still no problem at the border. Don't forget that one. So we want you to fight for America now. How are you going to prove that they're going to be faithful? What makes you think when it hits the fan, they're not going to turn their back on us and come at us with the guns we just provided with them? This sounds like just an absolute terrible plan from start to finish. Accept and embrace. Derek Chauvin was stabbed 22 times in federal prison. His attacker was 52-year-old John Turscak. Turns out that John was a former FBI informant. Wow. This is quite the coincidence, wouldn't you say? So Derek Chauvin, if you don't remember, he's the guy who killed, I'm doing air quotes, George Floyd, because it proved that he did not put his knee on his throat to cause him to suffocate. Autopsy reports have made that quite clear. Not to mention George Floyd had enough drugs in his system to kill all of El Salvador. And this guy he's a scapegoat. He's thrown in prison. Now he gets stabbed by an FBI informant. Quite the coincidence, just quite the coincidence. Working hard is not enough. This is hilarious. Buying everything involved within the 12 days of Christmas. You know that song. I'm not going to sing it for you. Would have cost approximately $47,000 this year. So you're saying to yourself, okay, Rubio, what's it normally cost? Well, in 2020, it cost $16,000. So that's quite a bit of jump through Bidenomics. We keep hearing all day long from the government, from the White House, there's no inflation. There's no inflation. It's not a big deal. So if you're going to buy your significant other these 12 days of Christmas and, all of it, it's going to cost you 47 grand instead of 16 grand 3 years ago. Last but not least, confidence is the key. Oklahoma City player Josh Giddey is under investigation from the NBA amid claims he had an inappropriate relationship with a minor. Guys, the more powerful you get, the more rich you get, the more influence you have, you're going to have girls that are going to be coming after you over and over and over and over. Okay, this guy's an NBA player. This girl who does not look 18 at all makes advancements on him. She goes on TikTok, posts videos of her basically saying she just had some relationships with him, and now he's under investigation. This is a wild story. I can't even tell you many times, guys. The more powerful you get, the more money you get. You're going to have more people coming after you. Check IDs, sign waivers, do what you got to do. Just keep an eye on yourself. If you have any questions, you can email Rubio at therubiomethod.com.